Yes. Let's go. For one last time, let's fucking go. Players, coaches, fans, young and old from across this great globe, welcome to week 23, championship week, the greatest of all weeks. Welcome to said recap. As always, I'm your host, I'm your commissioner, I am Timmy Westside, and it, for the past 90 hours, has been and always will be my goddamn honor to be here with you all recapping, say it with me one more time, the greatest league in the world. Our swan song has been sung. Curtains have closed. We've reached the peak. We've seen the horizon. We've touched greatness. Congratulations to all. There was one who led the way from the get-go, and there's one still trying to find that escalator. We'll get to it. No spoilers. Championship week come and gone. Season come and gone. Playoffs come and gone. Another one in the books for the Bigs. It's been so long since I've had that championship trophy that I can't count how many years we've done it. No spoilers. Year 14, 13, 9, doesn't matter. But for one last time, what did we learn? We learned two things. We learned that there is a new champion in the Bigs. We also learned that there is the same old pathetic loser. Let's get into it. No time to waste. And here, I've said it before. Here, it pains me to say it, but I respect it. We start with winners. And there was one winner. The self-proclaimed Breakfast of Champions winner. I'm talking about, for one last time, the man who's done it all year long, shoved it right up my hoop, your hoops. Now he's fucking taken the victory lap. The Breakfast Club. 200.9 over a lackluster Timmy Westside 124.2. The kid gets his crown. Joins the Hall of Champions. We got championship dinner next week. Chris, you can be our butler. Nailed it. The first thing I wrote down is he took care of business. I said it last week. I said this is his moment. He's been waiting for it, and he did it. He delivered. Won 6 days out of 7. Never a goddamn doubt. Lofted a fucking hanging curveball, and he, no doubter from the second it touched his bat on Monday. 9 players with 10 plus points. I, for example, only had 3. Even with 2 weeks off, as I said, he had all those records at the end of the regular season. Because of off weeks, non-off weeks, a little bit skewed, but it didn't matter. Even with skipping the past 2 weeks, he still led the league in goals for and assists. The kid did it all this year and this week. Who did it for him? Mr. Jeremy Swayman? I feel like Jeremy's right. Jeremy Swayman. Oh, he's got a Bruin delivering him his victory. Poetic justice. Something spooky there. The Bruin helps Mr. Laurent Pierre capture his first title. 16.3 points, led the team this week. Followed up by Mitchie Marner, the Leaf. Always second fiddle. Breadcrumbs. We're in a simulation, folks. 15.2 points. And Chris Verhaeghe, 14.4 points, rounded out his top 3 on championship week. I wrote down remiss if I didn't mention Connor Magnum McDavid, who was 4th in his team scoring, 14.2 points, just missed out on a top 3, but it didn't matter. He's been there all year. He's been the horse. You want to win a championship, you draft him 1-1. I drafted him 1-1 last year, and I lost. Not still bitter. Goalies, 4-2 on the week, 31 points. Didn't matter. None of this mattered. He foot off the gas. That's what I scribbled. The weekend, the biggest of weekends, the weekend to define all weekends, he was able to take his foot off the gas because he had this thing in the bag. Domination, start to finish. And I said it last week. We'll get into Timmy Westside. We've accepted it. We're moving on. We're better for it. Made the most of his off week. Ad drops. He told me, and I knew what he was saying, even though he didn't have to say it, but then he did say it. He wanted to play me this week because I had a rough schedule. I did my best to get to the dance, but I knew once I'd be there, wasn't shaping up. He took advantage of that. Ad drops, played to perfection. I had 57 games played this past week. He had 67. He had his shot. He made the most of it. Tip of the cap. Well done. The Breakfast of Champions, the club that everyone wanted to be in. You did it after years of misery. That's how you're going to do it. That's how you're going to. If that's how I'm going to lose, that's how I'm going to lose. Let's get to the loser. If you ain't first, you're last. I'm the first loser. Jake might be the last loser. No spoilers, but I'm the first loser. 124.2 points. Disappointed. We were 15th ranked Princeton last week. We knocked off Virginia. Tough to follow that up, you know. Exactly what I feared. Mentioned it last week. I had a pulse on my team. You can say, Tim, you're making excuses. I am, but I had a pulse for my team all year. Told you that's way back when. And I knew, giving it all I got against Bootsy, against Sean, putting up monster 200-point weeks for the past 5 weeks, I knew that this was a real possibility. 124, 80 points less than I scored last week. Didn't deserve a championship. As I said, the bye week, you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Didn't have time to plan, so I failed. Injuries, stacked goalie days, which I hadn't had all year, which is why I led the league with 101 goalie wins. I did what I wanted to do, didn't come out on top. I never had stacked up goalie days, but this week, for whatever reason, I had Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, no goalies. All the other ones, I had 4 goalies going. Luck of the draw. You make your own luck. Living with it. We'll be better for it. My big dogs didn't deliver. Cooch, 3 games, 5 points. Chef, 3 games, 0.2 points. Wheelie, 3 games, 1.2 points. Zibby, 5 games, 3 games, 5.8 points. Trocheck, 3 games, 0.4 points. I didn't lie. Rangers, the Jets, Tampa, mainly Cooch. They don't go, I don't go. They don't win, I don't win. I lost. Loser. My goalies went 3-1. It didn't matter. Drew Doughty, Connor Hellbuck, tip of the cap to you, good sir. Kushkin, my top 3. Last thing I wrote down, last thing I want to say, close the book. I got beat. Moving on to the poop your pants. $200 rent a month. Basement, condo, Super Bowl. Here we call it the Quidgy Bowl to determine the Quidgy fag. We had our chant from last year. taking on the defending Quidge. Worst to first, nuh-uh. Not this year. He don't do it like that. Rubber Puckies. With a upset win. We'll get into the bye conversation as I just did. But Rubber Puckies. Highest point total of the week when it mattered most. Didn't want to go from worst to first. 218.3 over the defending Ferret. Kid show. Sensitive topic. The Quidgy. Burt Macklin squad 183.4. Wear your poopy pants crown once again, you big turd. Robert Puckies, how'd he do it? It was a bit of back and forth to start the week, but then the weekend. Our weekend matchup didn't matter. This one did. Kenny Dog, Keeny Bing Rips. Friday, he won. Saturday, he won. Sunday, he won, clinching himself not to be the worst idiot in the world, unlike Jake. Stupid. Ken Dog had, in those 3 games, Ken Dog outscored the faggot, I did say the F word there, by 43 points. Stamp, deliver, take a hike, enjoy that crown once again. I got to think up of a new punishment for you, you big fucking loser. 4 days, 35 points or more for Ken Dog. Shout out to Tuesday where he had 61 points. 218 was his 3rd highest total of the season. Talk about it. It's had a fucking rough year, but talk about that. In the clutch, having one of your best weeks to stay out of infamy. Good for you. You did it. And his first 200 point a week since week 15. Yow. Top 3, JT Miller, 20.2 points. Number 2, Xander Barkov, 15.6. And Matty Tkachuk, his captain, led the way. I'm not going down with this ship. 15.0 points from the depths of the sea. The Kraken, risen once again, not last. Goalies went 4-2 for 33.1 points this week. Let's get to you. You shit-stain disgrace of a human being. Bert, the back-to-back Macklin squad. That's what we're going to call you from now on, you fucking idiot. Back-to-back loser. Stupid. More adjectives that describe just pathetic trash bucket humans. That's you. But then I wrote fuck, it's so tough. Going through the stats. The bye week is an interesting tool that we need to go back and look at the stats. The bye week, clearly the 2 teams that were on the bye came ready to play. They had a game plan and they delivered. Going through the stats, tough to justify Jacoby's loss. I said earlier this year, I sneaky liked his team. He was just getting bad breaks. He was 3rd overall in goals. He didn't even... He had more goals than me by 80 goals. Last in apples. Middle of the pack in everything else. If you look at our stats, I know they're a little bit skewed because a couple teams didn't play, whatever. The thing that jumped out to me was that Ken Dog and I, if you look at our stats, very similar until we came to goalies. Goalies, I had 48 more wins times 5 points. There's your difference. That's why I'm not in the bowl and he was. Jake was average all year. Could have had a couple runs. Could have had a couple wins that I did write that he had he ended the season with the most points against. Granted, these past 2 weeks, he was playing opponents who were trying to score. But good to be lucky to be good, and sometimes you're just not. And the Quidgy fag is not lucky. He don't deserve the luck. His top three losers. Leon Draisaitl. Always second fiddle. The Batman to this fucking Robin. Long Dongus McDaddy wins a ship. Leon Draisaitl, captain of the poop squad, 20 points. Johnny Tavares, 19.4. Linus Ullmark, 16.6. Fuck you, Willie Nylander. I could have used you this week, probably. Goalies, actually had really good goalies. He had the best goalies of the week. 5-0-2 for 44 points. Didn't matter. None of this mattered. This whole season didn't matter for a fucking regrettable mistake. Should have ended in a sock one sleazy night. I'm sorry, this is getting mean. Quidgy fag, back to back. That's you, Jacoby. That's a wrap. Friends, loved ones, young, old, across the globe. One last time, the commish, Team Westside, signing off on another year of the Bigs. Insanity. The amount of hours we would spend checking scores, staying up late for that last game to come across. Waking up Monday morning like, please don't do the reverse, fucking take away the points, give the points, suck on that, Shauner. Stupid, fucking crazy, annoying, brilliant league that we have cultivated here, and it is an honor to bring you the recap of it once a week. Let's run it back next year. We'll see you in the GM meeting in the summer. One last time. Boop.